Hey, what's going on, parents? Welcome back to Teenager Tuesday.
What's up, parents?
Elijah, you're the best,
The
man.
intro.
I really mean that. You are the best.
Thanks, man.
I'm excited for today. Oh, if we haven't met, my name is Will. This is Elijah, where I'm staff here at Hope.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the parent podcast that we call Teenager Tuesday.
Yes, I'm super excited for this one, actually.
This is going to be really...
This series.
Seriously, yeah. It's a 3-part series where we're going to share our top tips for leading a family Devo.
Boom.
And maybe this is something you do. Maybe this is something you don't do, but you thought about doing, or you've had intentions about doing, or you did for a little while. Maybe it didn't work and you stopped, or you felt like it didn't work. Man, this is so big. And you as parents, you know this. Too many people have probably told you this, but you are your kid, your student's largest spiritual influence and the biggest influence overall. You know,
Right.
The parental influence just lasts forever. So, we're excited to talk about Devos and how you can do that and how to best set you up.
Yeah.
And Elijah, you've seen this with some of the volunteers and parents that you've got to work with before.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I wish, my dad's a pastor, and I wish we would have done family Devos. I think for him, you know, if I asked him now, he would say, I wanted to give you space because I'm your pastor. But man, it's something so important seeing your parents lead the way spiritually. Yeah. You take so many things from your parents, especially in the future, maybe not in the moment, but you get down the road in your 20s and you're like, man, I remember how my parents led that and did that for me.
Yeah.
It's so important. And I've seen so many great small group leaders who do this with not only in their small groups, but do this at home and lead the way at home. And it's such an incredible thing to see that they are, it not only helps the person that they're leading, the students that they're leading, but it helps you as parents lead the way for yourself because it keeps you accountable.
Yeah, it does.
Because kids are watching and they're going to follow your lead. And so, are we taking that step to actually live it out right? So I'm excited for these tips. It's going to be so good.
Yeah,
what is number one?
The number one tip. Well, this isn't in order of importance, really. We're just trying to think if we start from scratch and then we build it forward. So all of these, I think, are important. But the first thing that I want to talk about is setting realistic expectations. Set realistic expectations, especially if you're starting for the first time. Because it can't be like, hey, this is going to be amazing. And I have a junior in high school. We've never done family Devos before. And they're going to get deep right away. Yeah. And maybe they will. But I wouldn't say by and large it's a realistic expectation to set like this sky high. We're going to talk as a family for an hour and a half about whatever, you know, and even setting realistic expectations on what you're trying to do. Because more often than not, again, if you're starting out or even if you're helping a young person start to bring their faith along and help that grow, I wouldn't say start out by reading 3 chapters and digesting all 3 chapters in an hour. You know, you want to set yourself up to win. And if you start with small bites and keep leading your way up and building on that. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. Keep building on it is better. So what are some realistic expectations? Here's what I would say. Have them be short, 10 to 15-ish minutes to start. And if it goes long, that's a bonus. But if you set it up to say, we got to go a half hour and it doesn't, and you feel like you're pulling teeth, it could just be a frustrating thing, you know? The next thing is, again, if you're starting, I would go for like once or twice a week. And then again, maybe you can build off of that. Pick the best day and time because maybe Monday nights are great. Probably maybe breakfast Sunday mornings before church, you know?
Timing's everything.
It is. And I think around a table would be better too.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a captive audience. And if you don't eat food at a table with no screens, start doing that too.
Yes.
And you can start that and make this Devo as an excuse of what you're starting to do that for.
Yeah. One of the things I like about that, setting expectations, is meeting them where they're at too. If you're like, man, you guys, you don't know my kid. They're not sitting and reading the Bible with me. Yeah. That's okay. Start small. Yeah. The Bible app, all these resources, there's great resources for your family to just do a simple 2-minute study to start if that's where you're at. Yeah. And you can grow from there. Like you said, take it small, get it big. But also, if maybe your student's like way ahead of that, you can go a little bigger because you're meeting them where they're at. It's super important there. So love those tips. Another great tip for family devotions is praying, beginning with prayer out loud. Yeah. Praying out loud is so difficult for students.
Yeah, and sometimes for parents.
Oh, that's so
for
true.
Sure. I led, years ago, I worked with our missions department, and I led 4 missions trips that year with all adults, mostly in their 40s and 50s. And most of them had never prayed out loud in a group setting.
Yeah.
Which it's going to feel awkward, so just do it as a family, get it out of the way.
That's a little bit of conviction, I think, for me. And just, man, as Christians, there's one thing we should be able to do right. It's pray out loud. Pray for people. I mean, you see that in the Bible time and time again, just prayers and prayers. And so we should be able to do that and teach it young. You know, no one's going to be amazing at it first, and you'll get the hang of it. And not that you even have to be good at praying out loud. You don't have to be eloquent or anything like that, but it's so simple. Start with a prayer. It could be literally such an easy prayer. God, be here with us.
Yeah.
Help us in this. Teach us what you want us to know. And simple as that.
Yeah. And the parent can even do like, I start the prayer, or I do the first prayer, and at the end, have someone else in the family.
Yeah.
Have the kid, dad, whoever, just have it so that even there's multiple people.
Yeah.
They're doing it out loud.
I would definitely say parents and students pray out loud as much as possible, because the more they see you do it and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, the more that they'll be willing to do that, not just in front of you, but other places too.
Yeah.
So super big there. Another one is use a paper Bible. Use a paper Bible. I know that's old school.
Yeah.
Paper Bibles are out, dude. Paper Bibles are so important, not just because, first off, I think you can get rid of distraction with the phone. I'm not saying phone Bibles are bad. I love the Bible app. It's incredible.
Right. We just did a study in the Bible app.
Yes, it's incredible. But especially as a family, to sit down and have paper Bibles, if you need Bibles, we will get you Bibles.
Yeah, for free.
Contact us. We'll get you one, and get your students one that's made for students. But it's great for them to have it in their hand, but also it kind of teaches them what it's like as an adult to be able to go to a book and read and take something from it and apply it to their life.
Yeah.
Having that physical Bible in hand.
Yeah. Well, and if you're doing like, hey, we're going to read this one verse and then mark something, or we'll read this paragraph and mark like what stands out to you. Because then you're helping them. I think those two things, praying out loud, using a paper Bible, is setting them up to better follow or better grow in their faith down the line when they're in college and you're not around them as a parent.
That's so important.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Let's go.
Yeah. That's the first 3 tips. Just to start over again, or not start over, but to say.
Start over. All over
repeating again. Set realistic expectations. Begin with prayer out loud and use a paper Bible. Use a paper Bible. That's our suggestions. We'll have way more amazing tips. So stay tuned in. If you haven't yet shared this with parents before, whether they go to Hope Fellowship or not, I believe this is helpful for everybody.
Yeah.
So
remember, parents, you can do this. You are not alone. God is with you, and so are we.
Have a great week.
See you later.